Greetings and blessings. My name is Shanti Bluebird, also known as Chantal van Outeniqua. And today is a very special day because I am here with Cheryse Violet, who holds many keys of the violet flame, and she's shining bright with it. And today we are sharing and learning more from her about how the violet flame works. Where can we go to find out more about the violet flame, tuning into the violet flame, and all these beautiful transmissions with violet flame as well as the rainbow rays, the rainbow flames. So I'm very excited because this is something completely new to me, and yet it is so ancient, and I feel like it's a very, very valuable key to hold and to be aware of. So thank you, Cheryse Violet, for being here, sister.
Thank you. Thank you, Shanti Vivid, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share what's so precious to my heart. And I'm just really, really grateful. And I hope this benefits many, many people. And it brings you the joy that it's brought me and the freedom, because it definitely has changed my life in so many ways. And my wish and dream is just so that it can give you all that as well. So I'll just give a quick information of how I came to it. So about 12 years ago, my best friend Bridget White, some of people might know her. She started going to I Am Presence meetings and readings, and started using the decrees and the violet flame. And I just watched her transform. We had been going out to parties for many years, and I knew her really well. And I just watched her transform, and she just blossomed into this beautiful light being, and full of love and full of everything in her life just started coming right. And I was like, wow. So I started going, and the first time I went and I heard the readings, I instantly just recognized it, and I was just like, yeah, this is right. This is what I want to know more. And so I started going to readings every week, and honestly, my heart just went wide open. And when you just read something and you get tears and you just resonate and and the beautiful thing is that each person can go on their own journey. So even though I was going to group readings in the week, you would do your own research and your own reading and your own decrees and your own time, and for as long or as little as you want. So I like that a lot, because there was no conformed way, you have to do it this way or that way. And basically it was just getting to know myself on a deeper level, getting to know my goddess self, what I call my I am presence, and learning the seven rays, which is the rainbow body. Another name for it is the causal body, because for every cause that you do, there's an effect. Everything that I create, there's an effect. So it's called the causal body. Just want to show you a picture so that you can see. That's what the I am presence looks like. That's what you look like. And that's the rainbow, beautiful rainbow body that I'm speaking about around the I am presence. I'll explain the charts a little bit more just now. But yeah, so it was basically over a year just reading books and getting to know more about it, and learning from ascended masters and angels that had basically channeled these books. This is the book's Ascended Master Instruction, and this was printed by Saint Germain Press. So we call them the green books, and there's about 20 books. And the nice thing is we have to read it in a certain order. And then there's also white books, which is the I'm activity, and then there's some other books as well. And so you kind of like get guided by your own presence which book to read first, and in which order, which will most benefit you. So it's a lot of self-study, and getting to know yourself, and learning from the masters. You basically channel these books through the sound and light rays, and how they did it is they came through messengers, and sometimes those messengers were in their private homes and they were specially chosen, or sometimes they were sitting with a group of like 200-300 people. And at that time, when it was channeled with 200-300 people, there was even people at the back of the hall, and they could see these letters in golden light appearing. So the letters, the words would literally appear in golden letters at about 2.5 inches in height, and they would hear sometimes the sound rays. So it was a voice speaking, and the letters would appear, and then the messengers would literally type it out word for word, and they weren't allowed to change any word. And even these books today can get reprinted, but not one thing can be changed. So it can be kept in its original instruction. And each discourse that is given or by an angel or ascended master, as you read it, you feel the vibration of that being, and you feel their personality, and you get to know them. And they speak about the 7 rays and how we can use it. And they speak about our own presence and how to call it in and expand our presence, and then operate from the presence, not from the human personality, which we have created. So back in the day, in the golden age, we used to be able to walk and talk and see our own presence. So we would see each other like this, and we would look up and we would see our presence, and we would see angels, and this was a normal way of life. And we didn't have these heavy, solid bodies of flesh. We were in lighter bodies, etheric bodies, and this is why also archaeologists don't find bones. There's no evidence of skulls and bones back in that time, because we actually weren't that, we didn't have the skeletal structure. We were in much lighter bodies. So we did live about 4.5 million years ago. But yeah, they don't have evidence of that. So it was only later when it was called the fall of man. And we basically had what people call aliens or other beings from other planets that were of a lower vibration that came to Earth, and basically they were put here because their planet was really lagging behind. A lot of them were selfish and rebellious, and they didn't want to follow their presence, and so they were put on Earth so that we were called the innocents could raise their vibration, and then so that they could ascend, because Earth people were doing really, really well. So the story goes that they came to Earth, and humans got very curious, and over time, like over a period of about 1,000 years or even longer, we started taking on their ways, started getting curious, and so there was intermingling, and so our vibration started getting lower, 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 and they said it looked like a big grey fog that covered the Earth, and we became denser and denser and started taking on the selfishness and hatred and violence and all those things that are man-created, not God-created. And today, unfortunately, there's a lot of that happening, and still a lot of those beings on the planet. And this is why seemingly there's so many problems and darkness. So for me, just to share, through this whole COVID experience is literally the only way out is, we can run around on the outside and looking to each other for answers, or human opinions for answers and things. But the only way out of it is really to go back to your God presence, your own guru, your own God, just for your own human evolution, just to find out what's your past, who you are, why are you here, what are your gifts, and how you can help others, how you can benefit the Earth, how can we heal the Earth, how can we heal each other. If you're operating from your human who's got lots of impurities, it's like the elements, pollution. We basically polluted ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and etherically with traumas, memories, our akashic records, lifetimes of impurities. So to try and fix something from that point of view is very, very difficult because of all the impurities. So that if we want to do it and we want to be successful, we need to do it from our own presence, and we need to call it for help, because there's not enough light quota on the Earth right now to heal all the problems. So we need to call in our own presence. We need to operate from that higher self who is pure God. We all have that pure God essence, but we need to call it in. And this is where getting to know the 7 rays and how to call it in so that it's maximum, it's got maximum results. And for me, the violet flame is basically the most powerful ray that we can use right now, because it's all about forgiveness. So if you want to know what is violet flame, it's about forgiveness, which I'm sure a lot of you will resonate with and know that, the Ho'oponopono prayers, as soon as you're forgiving yourself, You shift your perspective about yourself, you stop the judgments and the critic, and you start loving yourself, you know, because it's all about self-love. And how do you love yourself if you're criticizing yourself? Or how do you love anybody else? Or how do you love the world at large, or governments, or anybody else if there's hatred or judgments or criticism or any of the other things? So the violet flame is a very quick way to dissolve your impurities, to dissolve those hatreds or opposition, or, you know, anything that's not harmonious. It literally transmutes it. So how does it do it? You know, I used to say, well, how does this work? I don't understand. I love everything. I love the God self because I want to be my own guru. I don't want to follow some religion or some other guru. I want to be my own God and make my own decisions, because I can hear the little voice in my own head and I know that's my truth. And I know that you all would resonate with that, because we are free beings. No one likes to be told what to do. So, but at the same time, we've got different voices in our head, and some of them are human created, and they trick us. You know, very tricky mind. Human mind is tricky. So how do you know if that's a human mind or the I am presence? So all you do, it's very easy. You call in your I am presence. So it's like making a phone call. You say, beloved I am presence, come into me and guide me and charge me with your feeling. Because the human feeling sometimes is grumpy or moody or sad or scared or, you know, whatever. So you got to make the call. Why do we have to make that call if it is ourself, our higher self? Because we came here on earth to experience life in this human form, and to expand ourselves and to overcome all these things. So we have self-will, and according to the law, that self-will cannot be overruled by ascended masters and angels, or even our own I am presence, unless we make the call and we say, it's my will to make the call. It's my will to call in my presence. It's my will to call in higher beings and ascended masters and cosmic beings and angels to help me. So you know, there's a level of respect, and it's law. It's actual law that no one can interfere unless we call them in. So yeah, every day I've made it a habit, daily practice, just to call in my I am presence. First of all, you always call in your I am presence. You operate from that self, and then you call in any angels or ascended masters or beings working on those rays. So they work on those rays and they assist us to use them, because we're here to master all 7 rays, which is part of us. I call it our rainbow body. And if you think about it, when you're a kid, you love rainbows. You hear about the Rainbow Nation, you know, you hear about the Rainbow Warriors, our rainbow body, our aura, it's all rainbows. When you see a rainbow, you feel happy, because these are all the good qualities. Okay, so is there any questions you want to ask me so far, Shanti?
So beautiful. I have a few questions. I didn't know about these books, so this is fascinating and beautiful. The book system that you have, the green books and the white books, and then I think some of the questions. There's 2 questions that come up. Is there a specific time that those books were written in, and is there a specific place that those books come from, and is there a specific language that they were originally written in? If I may ask those
Yes.
questions.
So the green books, the Saint Germain Press, which was basically brought in by Saint Germain, he got a dispensation. So, you know, in the high realms, there are also certain, so just quickly, because there's a lot of information, we used to be under the occult law, which was basically everything was very mysterious. There's even the mystery schools. The mystery schools came in because they wanted to bring in this information, but they weren't allowed to by law because of the self-will. So they had to get special permission from the karmic board and basically apply for special dispensation to bring in and channel these books. So, you know, it didn't just happen. Saint Germain couldn't just come and do it. So he got the special dispensation. And why? Because Saint Germain, Ascended Master Saint Germain, is the Lord of the Violet Flame. And the Lord of the Violet Flame before was beloved Kuan Yin, who a lot of people in the East would know her. And she's the goddess of mercy and compassion. But he then became the Lord of Violet Flame. And he really wanted to set people free because he knew what this power could do. So he then got the dispensation around the 1930s. And so these books were then started to be channeled in the 1930s. And that carried on. I think it took, I don't know exactly how many years, but maybe like 9 or 10 years. And he, it was Guy, he approached Guy Ballard and his wife Edna Ballard. And there were other messages involved. I just don't have all the information on hand right now. And then in the 1950s, so then that was given and it was really successful, but then it wasn't enough. So then Lord Ascended Master Almoira, who is the Lord of the Blue Flame, which is basically the will of God, its strength, power, it's actually the first ray, whereas this violet flame is, the violet ray is the seventh ray, which we are in now. Every 2,000 years, there's a special ray in power. So we're now in the ray of the violet flame for the next 2,000 years. So this is also why the violet flame is so prominent. Violet flowers everywhere in Saint Germain coming in. But anyway, so then Almoira came in and he said he wants to bring in the I am activity, because he said people need to know more about the I am presence, which Saint Germain had touched on, but they felt we needed more information. So he brought in the I am activity books and the Bridge to Freedom books, which is then giving you information about all the different retreats that you can go to at night that exist, and so much more information. And basically that was in the 1950s. And then even after that, some more information was even given, and it came in English. But some of them have been translated already into Spanish, into German, into Portuguese, and I think some, I'm not sure Afrikaans, but yeah, so they are actually looking for people to translate them into all the languages of the world, and these books should be available to everybody, all of mankind. Also, when the books are resold, no monetary value, no profit can be made. And it's basically just reprinting, that's the cost of it. So, and also the information that's shared or courses that we teach, or any meditations that we do, it should all be as a service, a free service, so that every human being on the planet can have availability to this information. So we've made a website called iamfree.co.za. And Anthea Tor, she's in Cape Town, she has created this website and uploaded many of the books, which now you can download for free. In the beginning, she used to import them. We used to buy them from her. Amazon has them, but then a lot of the books are available for free, so people can start reading and studying on their own. And then also on Wednesdays, I've got the group. It's on Zoom, 6 p.m. South African time. So, which is also then to we read from the books, we do meditation, and we call in the flames. And it's basically to expand the light and to support your path, and to ask any questions, and just to come together with other students, because I found that very powerful in the beginning.
Beautiful.
Does it answer your question?
Perfectly. Thank you so much. So I will all the links and all that's being mentioned inside of this call, and also Cheryse's offering of the Wednesday gatherings, I will link inside of the description of this video, so anybody who's listening to this can find it inside of the description. It's amazing to hear about this information and the way that the circle and the guild works, the people who are working with the violet flame. It feels really beautiful. So I'm really enjoying listening to you. Yeah, so I know that you mentioned that you would like to guide us inside of the violet flame, which would be lovely. And then maybe afterwards we can also speak about how somebody can start working with the violet flame, which would probably obviously be through going to the websites, through acquiring the book, and maybe even joining the Wednesday gatherings.
Yeah. And also, I just want to show you a picture of Saint Germain, just so you know what he looks like.
Yes, wow.
This beloved Ascended Master Saint Germain.
And
And this is a lovely, lovely little book. It's a daily meditation book. And basically, if you look inside, it's got the days, Monday, Tuesday to Sunday, and each ray. So each day, it's got, so Sunday is the first ray, Monday, second ray, and so on. And then when you go to each day, it'll tell you, you know, the color of the flame. So, for example, today's Friday. So today is the sixth ray, and it's the golden ruby flame of peace, ministration, and grace. And then there's a little invocation where it teaches you how to call in your I Am Presence. And then it tells you the Chohan, which is the Lord of the Ray, which is beloved Jesus, who's now also the world teacher. And also beloved Lady Nada is working with Jesus now, and she's a goddess of love. And then it tells you the archangels, which is Archangel Uriel and Donna Grace. And then the Elohim, which is also like a Lord. The Elohims basically are creators. They're huge beings that create planets. They created our Earth, and they explain how they do it. And it's beloved Elohim tranquility, and he's the great Elohim of peace.
Beautiful.
So, you know, when you're working with that flame, you can call in, you know, Jesus, Lady Nada, Archangel Uriel, Donna Grace, and Elohim of peace and tranquility, or at any time if you're wanting peace. So it's nice because every day you can just read that and get to know each ray, who works on the ray, you know, what they do, a little bit more information about what they do. I mean, they give you the very basics, and obviously the books give you a lot more information, goes much deeper into that. But this is just a nice introductory book to get to know them, so that you're not overloaded with information and you can start using it already. These books, we basically reprint them. It costs 10 Rand. I usually just give them away, but I don't have any more left. I gave my last one yesterday. But yeah, I want to reprint a whole lot more and have them available for people, because it's been really useful. So that's the one little book. There's another book I want to tell you about, which is the Decree book. Mine is a very old one, but it's basically, it gives you a daily minimum meditation, and it's basically just calling in for gratitude and great thanks. It's how to expand your causal body, which is that rainbow body, and then how to put protection around yourself, and how to put violet flame around yourself, and how to stop any bad energies, any discordant energies around yourself, others, and what's happening in the world at large now. So it's basically, you can take action and you can decree for that. And the decree is different from a mantra. So decree is like the spoken word. You're actually creating. So you're commanding energy with the flames. You're calling in your presence. You're calling in the beings that work with that. So for example, I'm gonna do a decree now, and you can experience it and you'll feel it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put protection around us, and I'm going to call in the violet flame to transmute any energy that's stressing anyone of us listening to this right now. And even if you listen to this at a later stage, this radiation will still come through. And because as soon as you hear the names of the beings, it activates them, and whoever is listening, they know you're listening, and they will bless you. So it's really amazing. It's all energetic. There's no time or space. And then I'm going to call in for peace and maybe one or two other things. I'll just see how I'm guided. Okay, so maybe just straighten your spine. And we're going to just call in the I Am Presence. So just look at the chart. And yeah, just look at that. So just imagine this beautiful being above you, the I Am Presence, which is 12 to 14 feet above you. And it's sending this golden liquid light through a tube. I don't know if you can see this. There's like a thin tube coming into your heart. And there's the tube of white light that I'm going to call to come around you. And that's the best security you'll ever have in the world. Okay, so beloved I am presence. Charge us with your feeling, beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. And just breathe in and just put your hands on your heart. And just visualize this light coming through that little soft point in the middle of your head, at the top of your head, your crown chakra, and the golden liquid light coming into your heart. Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. Expand, expand, expand our hearts. Expand the threefold flame in our heart. Expand the pink flame on the right-hand side of divine love that we are, your natural love that you are. And charge us with that feeling of love. And just feel deep love and deep gratitude for your higher self, your God self within you. It's always guiding you and helping you and brought you here today. Thank you. And in the middle of your heart, now visualize a beautiful golden flame, and that's your golden flame of your inner wisdom, the God wisdom within you. And beloved I am presence, expand, expand, expand that golden flame of wisdom. And guide and direct us every day. And guide and direct me now. And on the left-hand side of your heart, see a beautiful sapphire blue flame, and that is the will of God. That's your strength and your power. Beautiful sapphire blue, and just expand, expand, expand that flame. It's also courage and faith, which we really need right now. And it's your protection. It's a protection flame. So it's also the first flame, the first ray. So they rays and flames at the same time. So just see that flame in your heart. On the right, pink, in the middle, golden yellow, and on the left, sapphire blue. And that is your love, your wisdom, and the power that you are. That's your nature. We're just calling in to expand that, expand that threefold flame within us, beloved I am presence, which you are. That is your presence. And let me operate from my love and my wisdom and my power and from my I am presence. Thank you, and it is done. And I call in for the tube of white light to surround me and to surround all of you with that protection, which we are needing right now. So I call in Archangel Michael on the blue flame to surround us now with the Ascended Master's electronic substance of light in the form of a tube of light. Protect us, protect us, protect us. See that we are invisible, invincible, and invulnerable to everything but only good. So when you call it in for yourself, you can just say, beloved I am presence and Archangel Michael, surround me with a tube of light. Surround me with a tube of light and protect me, protect me, protect me. And surround my family, surround my loved ones, surround my friends, surround all the light workers, surround all the constructive people, and surround all the children of the world. And protect us, protect us, protect us. And thank you. And just visualize that tube of white light. You put your arms up and reach up to your presence and imagine and open your arms, a big tube of white light coming down the side of you, front, back of you, to 3 feet below you, 3 feet to the side of you, 3 feet going all the way up to your presence. So your presence is basically holding its arms out, and from that big tube of white light all around you. And it's white like the sun. Nothing can penetrate that white light. No darkness can come in, only good. So just visualize that now around you. Thank you, and it is done. And now I call in for the violet flame. And if you have a look at the chart on my picture here, you're now going to fill that tube of light full of violet flame. So all around you, you're going to be blazing violet flame to transmute anything that you're going through, any suffering, any sadness, any anger, any fear, any judgment or confusion, anything, any pain, any sickness, any worry, any anxiety, anything not of the light, anything that's humanly created, anything that you don't need, any lack or limitation. If you don't have money, if you don't have love, if you, anything at all, if you're feeling lonely, just let's call in that violet flame to blaze and transmute that. You don't need it, and we can turn it into love, abundance, light, peace, healing, comfort. So I call in, I am the law of forgiveness and the transmuting violet flame for all human mistakes, misqualified energy, and for straying from the light. I call in beloved Saint Germain and all the beings on the violet flame. Come now and blaze, blaze, blaze your mighty violet flames up and through and around us all. I call in for extra help, beloved Lady Portia, Goddess of Justice, Archangel Zadkiel and Amethyst working with the violet flame. I call in beloved Kuan Yin, Elohim Arcturus and Holy Diana and all the beings that work with the violet flame. Come, come, come and blaze your mighty violet flames up and through and around our four lower bodies, to our mental body, all of our thoughts, our feelings, all of our emotions, emotional body, our etheric body, all the Akashic records of this lifetime and all lifetimes, all traumas, memories, every experience, blaze and transmute any patterning that we've created, anything that we've created that doesn't serve us or others. And I call in the violet flame through the physical form, through every single cell, atom, and electron, through our four lower bodies. Violet flames, blaze and blaze and blaze. So blaze, so just visualize beautiful violet flame, like a ray, a big rays of violet flame coming from above to below you and bursting into flame. And that's how it happens. Comes in a ray and it bursts into flame, and then there's a fire all around you. Violet flames, blaze and blaze and blaze, to raise and raise and raise, descend, defend, transmute, and dissolve us all, every man, woman, and child, every man, woman, and child, every man, woman, and child. Violet flames, blaze and blaze and blaze, to raise and raise and raise, descend, defend, transmute, and dissolve, all into perfection, all into freedom, all into light, all into peace, all into comfort and love and comfort and just pure light, light, light and freedom. Free us, free us, free us, free us. And into truth and illumination and love and purity and truth. Bring us the truth and healing, peace, harmony, grace and freedom and forgiveness and compassion. Charge us with all the light beings, all the gifts of light, so that we can enter this golden age now and live in the golden age and experience that freedom that we are. It is our birthright. I command it for every man, woman, and child listening right now, and for all constructive people on the earth right now. Blaze that mighty violet flame through all beings, and even the laggards, and even all the dark people, and all the dark things that have been created. Blaze and shatter and transmute them all, and charge us all full of love, 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 and peace, peace, peace. And I ask that it goes through all the nature, all the water, all the earth, Pachamama, through all the air, all the fire, through to the middle of the heart of the earth, to 10,000 feet above the earth. And make this earth freedom star as quickly as possible. I ask that to seal all of this decrees into peace, grace, and harmony. And guide and direct us all, beloved I am. So just visualize our ruby golden flames of peace, grace, and harmony. And you can say with me, I am peace, I am grace, I am harmony.
I am grace.
Say it together.
I am
peace. I am grace. I am harmony. And one more time, 3 times always. I am peace. I am grace. I am harmony. Thank you to all the beings invoked. We thank you for all the gifts, beloved I am presence, and may this expand, expand, expand into the whole earth. Thank you for all your gifts. So this is something that you can do every day, and even in a simplified form. I can write the words for you so that you can say it very easily. And as you study more and more, you'll be able to know all the names of all the beings and call in for more help. But as soon as you just even call in your I am presence and just say, blaze the violet flame, it will know what to do because it is within you. All the rays are within you. So don't worry if you don't get caught up in all the names and things. Just call and say, I am presence, come into me and transmute this energy. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Charge me with peace, charge me with healing, charge me with money, charge me with whatever I need, whatever you're needing, healing for yourself and for others. It's so easy to do. You just call, you just say, come and help me. Give me illumination, give me guidance, whatever you need, and it will answer you immediately. Charge me with your feeling. So just to end off, I want to just explain the 7 colors so that you know what the rays mean. So the first ray is the blue ray. And the blue ray is, like I said, your power, strength, courage, protection, and it's the will of good. The second ray is the golden illumination flame. That's your inner wisdom, that inner guidance. It's when you need illumination, especially now in the world, we need illumination. We need to be illumined to the truth. We need to know guidance. What do we do? How do we act? Who am I? What can I do? You know, how do I do it? How do I do it? Guide me. So that's your illumination, your inner intelligence of God. The pink ray is divine love. It's not a romantic love. I mean, romantic love is also love, but this is like such a pure love. And romantic love is also pure when you qualify it with that divinity. But it's also gratitude and adoration to your I am presence, adoration to your God self. And then you get the white flame, which is purity. So when we want to detox our bodies, we also want to detox our mind, get pure thoughts, pure feelings. So the pure feelings is love and comfort. You're not feeling stressed or anxious. So it's the purity of the feelings. And then it's also the resurrection. So like in spring, if you think of spring, you're getting everything's getting resurrected after the dark winter, cold winter, where everything dies and doesn't grow. So we can call in for resurrection. Even now, we can ask for resurrection of healing, resurrection of light, resurrection of friendship and connection with people, resurrection of what we're needing, abundance, resurrection of love, resurrection of abundance, and forgiveness. Anything you need, you can call in the resurrection flame on the white flame. It's also the ascension flame. So we will ascend on that flame. And then the green flame is truth. It's healing. It's concentration and consecration. So consecration is like dedicating yourself to something. You're putting your life force into it. It's also for music. And so healers and musicians would use that green flame a lot. And we all have that green flame. So you also need to concentrate if you're creating something. Then there is the ruby golden flame, and that is for peace and harmony. And the ruby gold and the violet flame get interswapped sometimes. So when you're creating, you would then call in the violet flame first and transmute anything that's stopping you from creating it. And then you would seal it in the peace ray. But otherwise, the violet flame is the 7th ray. And then that's for, like I said, for forgiveness, transmuting energy. It's the alchemist, the alchemy, turning lead into gold, human into divine, fear into love. And then it's giving us freedom through compassion and mercy. So once we call in that violet flame, we're free. The more you call it in your life, you transmute anything that you don't need, you're free, you're free, you're free, you're free. Even if you're living in a world with a lot of suffering, you become free and it doesn't touch you and you don't experience it. You just experience people coming around you and loving you and blessing you, and abundance of money comes to you easily and you support it and you don't even worry about it. And so you can experience freedom right now and create heaven right now on earth. And the more of us that do that, Then we bring more light into the earth, and we're creating that heaven on earth, that golden age, and then the darkness disappears forever. So yeah, for any more questions, you can contact me. You can come to my group. We can do more Zooms, and there's books that are available. You can read and just go within, meditate, and call on your own presence. That's going to be your best teacher.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So beautiful, so clear. Very grateful for this. Thank you very much for all of us and the transmission. So beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So
One more thing.
yes,
Keep the amethyst close to you, because that's a
yes,
violet flame. It's a
hallelujah.
physical.
Mm-hmm.
Try carry an amethyst on you, because
Mm.
that's the violet in physical form, and it will help transmute energy even by wearing
Thank you. Thank you so much.
it.
So boy. So, sister, we're going to be linking all of these different things, like I said in the description. But just to put it out there, if somebody wants to come into contact with you, what is the best way?
The best way is they can just send me a WhatsApp call,
Mm-hmm.
and actually I'm going to be changing to Telegram. I'm already on Telegram. I will be leaving WhatsApp quite soon. So Telegram, you can send me a message on Telegram. If you don't have Telegram, just download it on your phone. It's like another platform like WhatsApp. The other thing is I'm on Facebook. You can send me a message on Messenger, but I'm not always on there, and I don't always check it. So if the easiest is you can email me or send me a message on Telegram. That's probably the best.
Okay, no problem. We'll put those details in the description. So I'm thanking you very, very deeply for being here. I have no questions for you because this was so complete, so whole, and so grateful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for
Such a
being
pleasure.
here.
I do want to add one last thing, and that's just my little personal thing.
Yes.
And that is that I've been painting sacred geometry this year, and Archangel Metatron has been coming in and guiding me. And sacred geometry is connected with all the masters and all the rays. And so I've been painting that this year, and I've actually created a page on Facebook called Sacred Geometry and Art by Cheryse Violet. I want to show you just one maybe I'll show you this one. This one painting. That's one of them. And so basically, if you want to know more about how the sacred geometry links into the rays and into your higher self, or it's definitely one way of raising your vibration very quickly just by looking at Metatron's star or the sacred geometry or the flower of life. And this knowledge was lost, and it's coming back to assist us. So, and then obviously the colors in the paintings is the rays that I'm using, and so that's one's like the green. If you need healing and truth, just by looking at that, it will charge you with that quality and vibration. So if you want to know more about that as well, that is what I am doing.
I like to know more. Definitely. I want to know, like, do you have like series available? Like, do you?
I'm running a course next weekend in Cape Town, teaching sacred geometry and arts, and then I'm going to be running one in the garden route, probably at the end of March. A lot of people want to learn there, and then I'm going to be creating it online as well, because obviously not everyone can get to me physically. But yeah, so this is going to unfold the next year, but if you want to, I can also put the link of my sacred geometry, and there I'm already putting information and paintings and the meanings of them. So teaching the I am presence and the rays through my art. So this is how I was guided to speak about the rays. So if a painting is green, I'll speak about that ray and what it means and the colors. And it's also just looking at a Merkaba, which is the 6-pointed star. It's actually got 7 points because the middle one is the 7th. That's the 7 rays, the 7 chakras, 7 days of the week, cycles of 7. So it's all connected. And when you start learning that, you start seeing the connection between you and universe at large. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You just never stop learning. It's abundance.
Thank you for mentioning that. I feel like it's such an important part of what you are offering and who you are. And I'm really grateful that you did mention that your art is so beautiful, and I am actually quite excited to see which piece belongs to me.
Yeah, and I
So
also teach how to draw it. So, you know, even if you don't want to buy my art, you can learn how to draw it for yourself, and in drawing it, you charge yourself. So for me, it's yeah, it's my art, but it's also teaching others how to draw it and expand it and put it in home. So it's
thank you.
available for everybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I want to say that you carry such a unique essence that can only come through you. So the art that you make is something that's activational, something that's transportational. So to have a piece that is yours inside of my sacred space, it would be very much welcomed. So all your
Thank
gifts
you.
are very beautiful. Thank you, Cheryse. Thank you.
That's my presence. I call in my presence and then I paint. I've got no idea what I'm going to paint, and I just so that's the beauty. Once you connected with your presence and you activate that presence, then you just call it in, whatever you're doing, whether it's music or singing or art or teaching or healing or you know, whatever you're doing, building, you can just say, I'm presence, you come in and work through me, and whatever you create will be perfect. So that's really, and you don't even have to know all the details, and materials will come easily, and that's the beauty of working with your presence. You know, it just is easy, and it works out pretty perfectly, and you just go, wow, how did I do this? And then you know you're not operating from the human, you're operating from the presence. So that's really the benefits of expanding your presence. You know, like, why should I operate from that? Because you can just do so much more. You get these superpowers that you just, yeah, so you know, and helping others to do the same, and together we can really create a beautiful, perfect world through the presence and through the rays and the angels. So
thank you.
yeah, and we need to heal the world. We can't do it from a human point of view. So it's really important that this work be done now. There's actually a huge urgency that we call in for this extra light. Yeah.
Thank you.
Woo! Sorry.
What?
That was the universe confirming that.
That's amazing. Wow,
Just knocked my phone right over. Like, yay.
So grateful, so grateful. Ice broken. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you